This video is quite different. A lot of you asked how to travel with a pet out of Bali. As you know, we were able to leave Indonesia with our dog Tokyo. One thing we learned, it's not quick and it's not super simple. But it is possible. And I'll show you exactly how we did it step by step. But first, let's recap. This is Ugi, this is Tokyo, and I'm Klo. We left Bali to explore the neighboring islands. We started with Lombok and Sumbawa, and then we began a wild mission crossing 2 islands, Java and Sumatra, only by motorbike with our dog Tokyo, just to reach the Mentawai Islands and live with the tribe for a few days. It was insane, and we made it, and I even created a full documentary showing everything we crossed. And now we've officially left Bali, but we won't say where we're going just yet. You'll figure it out in the next video. For now, what you need to know is we traveled with our dog Tokyo on a plane out of Bali, and in this video I'll share exactly how we did it. When I first moved to Bali 4 years ago, I got little Tokyo when he was just 2 months old. After a year, I wanted to travel to neighboring countries, but I couldn't find clear info. Everything sounded too complicated and confusing. There were too many steps to follow, and the only way it worked was something kind of fishy. It could only be done under agencies, which felt a bit illegal but somehow legal. So since there was a way, we thought we'd try to find that same way, but do it ourselves. The usual option was to finish everything at the vet and send your dog alone with an agency. But I didn't want that. But now that we managed to do it, we know the way. It takes time, but if your dog is small, calm, and well-trained, you can make it work. Here's how. This is the step-by-step guide to travel with a dog from Bali. 1. Can you take a dog out of Bali? Technically, no. Bali is a rabies-controlled zone, so pet movement is banned in and out. But you can go via Jakarta, where it's allowed legally. How we did it? Well, we didn't use a car. We carried Tokyo in his pet carrier, with a jacket covering him. He's super quiet and trained to stay still. On the ferry, we kept it discreet. Another option, some people hire a private car and crossed with the dog inside the car. The driver waits with you in the ferry, windows down or AC on. This way you stay with your dog the whole time. Agencies usually do this route too. After arriving at the port, we took a train from a station that didn't require the dog to be scanned. Again, being quiet and invisible helped. How to book the flight with pet-friendly airlines. We flew with different airlines, Turkish Airlines, MEA, and Air Baltic. All confirmed the dog's reservation within 24 hours by email. How to know if an airline allows pet? Go to the website and search site airline.com pets. Check the pet policy. Look for cabin rules, carrier size, and max pet weight. Most airlines allow up to 8 kilos, including the carrier. Tokyo is 3.5 kilograms, and our soft carrier was light, so we were under the limit. What's important, once you book your flight, email or call the airline to reserve your dog's spot. Airlines only allow 2 to 3 pets per flight. What about the pet fee? It ranges from $55 to $200 each way. Dogs don't get a seat, they travel under the seat in front of you. Now, what documents do you need? First, you need a microchip, it's mandatory. Second, rabies vaccine, must done at least 30 days before flight. 3, the health certificate from the vet. 4, the pet passport, if international. 5, export permit. We got it from the agency in Jakarta called Indo Animal Travel. I will share all the info in the description. 6, the rabies titer test. We did it at Sunset Vet Bali, managed by Groovy Vet Jakarta. Note that not all airlines check these if the dog flies in cabin, but always better to have them. Some airlines require the certificate to be issued within 10 to 30 days of the flight. So make sure to double check. Carrier bag tips. You need a comfortable airline-approved soft carrier. Why soft? Because it fits under the seat better and is lighter. Soft carrier can collapse slightly to fit tight spaces. The dog should be able to stand, sit, and turn around inside. Try the bag with your dog before flying. If unsure, get a slightly oversized soft one. It'll expand under the seat but still give your dog space. So here are some airport tips. Tip 1. Some airports have pet relief zones, so always check if available. Tip 2. Always make sure to stretch the legs of your pet. So on long layovers, take your pet out on a leash to walk and stretch. Most of the airport allows you to do that. Tip 3. Don't feed your dog 4 to 6 hours before the flight. They'll avoid needing the toilet. Offer some snacks or a small portion of their food, but not a full meal. And of course, you can give them some water so they can stay hydrated. Tip 4. If anxious, ask your vet about natural calming remedies. Some people give CBD oil, but we didn't. Tokyo is used to travel. But never sedate your pet. It's dangerous and even prohibited by airlines. Tip 5. Always depend on your dog. For us, we know that our dog doesn't get anxious, so we let them play and move the day before travel. That way, they're calm and sleepy during the flight. But if your dog usually gets anxious, better not tire them and let them rest before the flight. Here are some common questions. Do dogs get a seat on a plane? No. They stay in a soft carrier bag under your seat. Can dogs go back to Bali later? Yes, but they must quarantine for 14 days. Same agencies offer a 3-4 day version. You can always contact them and manage this. Do cats follow the same rules? Yes, all animals are subject to the same ban. What is the cheapest way to do it? Do it yourself is cheaper, but only if your dog is trained and small. Agencies are safer but cost more. What's the total cost of relocating a pet from Bali? Usually between $1,500 to $4,000 depending on the airline, agency, and paperwork. Which countries are easier to bring pets into? From Indonesia would be Malaysia, Thailand, Turkey, and UAE. They're among the most flexible. Would your pet come back in the same way that they went out? Yes, it would be the same route from Jakarta, back to the harbor, you cross the ferry back to Bali. Yes, it's all the same except that it's a little bit harder as your pet should quarantine for 14 days, except if you manage to reduce the days with the agency, which means pay more fee for that. In our case, how we prepared Tokyo for travel. Tokyo was up to date with all his annual vaccinations since he was a puppy. To get ready for the trip, we first got his microchip done. After that, we waited a short time before doing the rabies titer test. Rabies titer test process. We went to Sunset Vet in Bali for the blood draw. The blood was sent to an approved lab in the UK. The results took about 3 weeks to come back. Even if the result is positive, you must wait 90 days from the blood draw before traveling. This waiting period ensures your dog has long-term protection and wasn't carrying rabies before the test. Working with Travel Animal Agency. We contacted Travel Animal, the export agency, and shared our flight tickets and destination. They handle preparing the export permit and health certificate. Agencies usually need about 3 weeks in advance to prepare all the paperwork. 2 days before the flight, the agency meets you at the animal quarantine office near the airport. On the day of the flight, they assist you at the airport to check in and make sure everything goes smoothly. Our experience in the Travel Animal was professional and quick to respond on WhatsApp. They made the whole process easier and less stressful. Please note that this is not a promo and that's just by experience. For the transportation, we did it ourselves. We first took the ferry from Gilimanuk Harbor in Bali to Banyuwangi Harbor in Java, which runs every hour and only takes a short time to cross. After that, we boarded a pre-booked executive class train from Stasyon Ketapang in Banyuwangi. It was quite spacious, allowing us to place our suitcase and Tokyo's pet carrier in front of our seats, and lightly covered with a jacket. The whole train ride took about 16 hours, crossing the entire island of Java until we reached Jakarta. Once in Jakarta, we had about 5 days buffer, just in case anything went wrong along the way, or Tokyo got noticed on a train. Our plan B was either to take a pet-friendly taxi directly to Jakarta, which is definitely the most expensive option, or to try buses, though pets are most likely not allowed, so you'd have to be discreet again. Or the first option we chose, which would be local trains that don't have X-ray scanners, unlike the main intercity ones, which usually do. Tokyo's first flight was over 5,400 miles, 8,700 kilometers. Everything went smoothly. He slept most of the way. It's totally possible if you prepare and plan ahead. Thanks for watching, and if you have more questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll try to help. And don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more travel videos of us and our pets. Sitting literally all day trying to manage Tokyo's trip, and he's just sitting there sleeping, doing nothing. How this is fair?